Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. I hope you're doing well. And welcome to my first ever Q&A. My name is Octo, or at least that's what I think it is. And this is going to be a Q&A to celebrate 2,000 subscribers. Pretty cool, right? I did not see this coming so soon. I'm only a few months into this channel, and I'm only maybe 2 months into actually trying to be serious about making this kind of content. So thank you very much for that. um, just a fair warning. This is a very noisy day in my neighborhood, and I've been trying to record this all day. So you might hear some music in my neighborhood. You might hear some neighbors' dogs barking or children screaming. And I've decided I'm just gonna roll with it. And we're gonna record anyway. Because I really want to make this. I've been waiting for days. With that out of the way, though, I think I'm just gonna dive right in. So, first question. Why did you start doing this? And have you done any vocal training in preparation? Um, this kind of ASMR is something I've been listening to for quite a few years. And at some point, I bought a mic of my own and wanted to make my own content of the sort, you know? I've wanted to make this stuff for years. And only a few months ago did I actually record my first one. So, yeah, it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Just because I like other people's content. And about the vocal training, I'm not a trained voice actor or anything like that. I always had a thing for, like, doing bad impressions of different characters and things like that, and different singers' voices and whatnot, but I don't think it really applies to how I make my audios or how I prepared to make my audios. I'm just talking into a microphone. It's more or less my own voice. Sometimes I put on a little bit of a attitude that I don't think I would actually have in those situations, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Second question. I just want to tell you thank you for what you do. Aww. That's not a question. Next. No, but thank you too. I really appreciate it. That's very sweet. Thank you. Next question. Tea or coffee? That's a hard one for me because when it comes to the actual, like, if I actually enjoy tea or coffee more, I would have to say tea, but I drink more coffee. Like, on one of the tables in my bedroom, I'm looking at it right now, I have a wall stacked up of several boxes of different herbal teas and green tea and Earl Grey and spiced chai. I love tea. I just don't drink it much anymore, like, ever. All winter, I looked at all of this tea and I was like, I need to drink some of this. And I'm like, do I really need all of it? I guess these days I would say I prefer coffee, even though I don't like the taste of coffee. I have to load it with sugar or flavors or cream. But yeah, I drink coffee more often than tea. Who is your favorite ASMR artist? All of them? I I came prepared though, because I knew there would be people that I would miss. I made a list. I made a list. So the first few that came to my mind were like Fig Fug ASMR or Thomas J. Joey, Joe Mama ASMR. All wonderful people, all wonderful content. I would say they are like my big three. They're the channels that I listen to most. Other than that, Salem Audio. I've been listening to their channel for years. They must be the first, like, role play audio sort of ASMR channel that I ever found myself. And when it comes to certain ASM artists or VAs, I like the ones that I don't know if this is intentional, but in my opinion, creators like Fig Fug and TJ and Salem, they all have this element to their audios where there's a lot of like, how do I explain it? It's almost like what I call traditional ASMR, where someone's sitting in front of a camera and they're tapping on objects and they're whispering really softly into the microphone, and it's just incredibly soothing, just the sound of their voice and stuff. And it's not to say that their content is trigger based ASMR necessarily, but to me, it's reminiscent of it. Does that make sense? Just the very soft whispering they do. And in TJ's case, there's this one video of his where he is like whispering directly into the microphone and he's repeating like calling you a good pup, a good pup. Do you guys know that audio? Do you know the one I'm talking about? Because it is so good. I always find myself listening to it again. It's probably a year old. I'm not sure though. It's so good. I just, yeah. And I always really liked that sort of content. But there's a ton of other ones. Um, Sundu, their channel's lovely. Their audios are so nice. Ellis Audios, been listening to them for a very long time as well. Sakura Audio, Mori Audio. I've been listening to your stuff a lot lately. um, who else? There's a new channel that I've noticed recently, and they're pumping out some nice content too. Their name is Elliot Audio, and I wanted to make sure I gave them a shout out too because they seem to be starting out fresh, and their stuff is really great too. We went through the favorite ASMR creators, and then the next question was, can I get a hug? Aw, of course you can. Big hugs. Mm. There you go. The next person has a lot of questions. There's a list here. So the next one is, do you prefer cuddles or kisses in a relationship? Bro, you really gonna make me choose? I feel like one sort of comes with the other, don't you think? Their second question is, what's your motivation to make a new audio? How do you get the ideas? Um, it kind of comes from anywhere. You know, it's sometimes I'm just daydreaming and I get an idea for a certain audio like that. Sometimes I just want to put my own spin on somebody else's concept if it's a very basic idea. All different things. But I do have a list of different ideas that I want to record eventually. Their third question: what's your favorite song and artist? Favorite song? My favorite song always changes. At the moment, let me cheat and check out like Spotify. Um, Apparently the song I'm listening to most often right now is Detonate by Charlie XCX. And that would be pretty accurate. I love Charlie XCX a lot. Um, Generally speaking, I do really like pop music, but I like sort of left field pop. I wouldn't call it indie pop or alternative pop or anything like that because it's still very much pop music. I'd say I have a fairly varied music taste too. Like, I dabble in rock and metal. I had my own little emo phase growing up. I remember having burned CDs from my sister of like punk and emo music that my brother put on the family computer as a kid. So I found a lot of music that way. Paramore has to be my favorite band ever. They really straddle the line between pop and rock and like angsty stuff, very like teenage emotions, and like, you know, their newer stuff is more mature. But I'd say most of my music taste is pretty pop leaning. I like stuff like Caroline Polachek. I've been listening to her a lot lately. Rina Sawayama, that sort of thing. I also like a good throwback pop. Like, I like my Britney Spears and my Kesha. I have a Kesha poster on my bedroom wall from her tour like 10 years ago. I love Lady Gaga, obviously. Um, all that sort of thing. But when it comes to like heavier music, uh, I don't get too heavy with it, but I do like the new Sleep Token album that just came out a few days ago. That was really good. Alt pop or indie pop sort of things like Imogen Heap and her group Frou Frou. I was obsessed with Frou Frou for the past like year straight. They were heavy rotation for me last year. Ethel Cain, I've been listening to a lot of her lately. Not a very good defining band for my music taste, but I am obsessed lately with Panchico too. Panchico is so good. Their new album, oh my god. But yeah, my music taste is a little all over the place, but I generally refer to it all as pop music, whether or not it's actually pop. Dogs or cats? You're gonna make me choose these hard things. Like, you're really doing that to me. Um, I have one dog and two cats. So I just like animals. I like friends in the first place. Period. I love pets. But if I absolutely had to choose, I guess I do like cats a little bit more. Just they're silly little guys. Dogs are also silly little guys, but cats are really something special to me. Another question from this person: what are your interests? Men. I like men kissing. um, I did just rant about my music taste for the past like 3 years in this audio, so I'm really into music. I love making music, even though it's something I haven't done in a long time. Other than that, I do partake in gaming. I am a gamer. um, if you somehow didn't know that about me, if you follow my Twitter, you'll see half of my tweets are about Bayonetta. I'm really, really desperate to get the new Tears of the Kingdom game. I don't know why I haven't yet. Uh, it looks so good, and people are doing some crazy shit. I love Zelda games in general. I don't think I've ever beaten a single Zelda game in my life, but something about that series is just beautiful. Another one. A general description of yourself, hair color, eye color, etc. Just ramble about whatever comes to mind, to be honest. Well, I'll tell you what, I am absolutely rambling here. We're already almost 20 minutes in, and I don't even have half my questions answered. um, a description of myself, though. The thing about these audios is I think it's great that you can just kind of listen to them and picture whoever you want to picture saying or doing these things. But a very general description of myself would be I have long brown hair and brown eyes. And I'm a male, I'm a he, I'm a him. Well, yeah, that's me. That's probably all I'm gonna say for now. But if you know of a certain Twitter account of mine, you might have seen glimpses of me if you're over the age of 18. um, Next question. I love your car so much. Oh, you must be talking about the picture of my cat in the community tab post. I love my car too. I wish cars were real. I wish cars were real. What kind of music are you into, and what's your favorite song right now? We already answered that one, my friend. But to summarize my little ramble before, I went with Paramore as my favorite band. And it's really hard to pick a favorite song, but I'm gonna say Detonate again because that's a really good song. One of y'all probably want me to say Given. I just remembered Given exists. Joke's on you, Fuyu no Hanashi is not even my favorite Given song. Next question. How are you such a sweet, silly little guy? Oh. I just be like that. I don't know. I'm mentally ill. What do you do to cheer yourself up when you're feeling down? I sleep the pain away. We're trying to be positive here, aren't we? Um, the same things that I just said I'm into often. I love a good mental health walk. Seriously, like pop in some earbuds and just stumble around my neighborhood aimlessly is a pastime of mine, for sure. Other than that, I do like to sing to myself sometimes, get those emotions out. I like to listen to audios, of course, play some games. I'm just a guy. I do the same stuff everybody does. This person says, here are a few questions for you. Do you prefer reading or writing? Or do you like both? I don't really read for enjoyment. I'm one of those kinds of people. But I do keep a diary or a journal, whatever you want to call it. So I'll say writing. Are your audios inspired by anything, or do you just come up with new ideas? Kind of both at the same time. My first upload on this channel was the reversed point of view of another person's audio. So, other than that, I do kind of just come up with it, to be honest. I don't really write whole scripts or anything either. I just sort of ramble and improvise and hope it's listenable. And they also ask, how are you? Um, I can't complain. I'm good. I hope you're also well. Next person says, are you considering doing live streams? To be honest, not at the moment. I don't have any clue how those things work. And I definitely don't have the equipment to do a live stream. My laptop is older than life itself, and it can barely run Audacity sometimes. But maybe one day in like the far future, if you guys would actually like something like that. Another person's question. My go-to question with anyone. Are you familiar with Elliott Smith? Not so much. I'm familiar with the name because of like, I think he had one song in Guitar Hero. And that's about all I know. But I'm an equal opportunist for new music. So if you think there's something of that I would really like, recommend me something. I'm always down for new music. Are you a boy kisser? Are you a boy kisser? Would you like to find out? Do you believe in paranormal things like ghosts, witchcraft, and can I get a hug? Yes, of course you can. Come here. Hugs for everybody. Everybody needs hugs today, huh? That's okay. I like giving hugs. And to answer your question, I don't have a deep investment in those sorts of things, but they are cool. Even things like tarot and astrology. I'm not deeply invested in any of it, but it's definitely all. I feel like it's gonna be the wrong word, but it's amusing. It's cool stuff. I just don't know much about it. I have just one question. How do you eat fries with a sauce? Do you put the sauce aside or do you put the sauce on the fries? Well, that's a good question. That's a creative question, my friend. Um, I'd have to say that depends on the situation. Am I sitting at a table in a restaurant? Is it like fries on a plate? Or is it like a high school football game and I'm eating them out of one of those little paper baskets? Because then I'm definitely just like a pile of ketchup on the side of the fries and I'm dipping them. But like if I'm sitting at a table and I have a fork and a knife, I'm putting ketchup on the fries or whatever sauce it is. I don't know. Some people do like ranch dressing on fries and stuff. Not that I would know. The next person says, Gato. Oh, they're talking about my cat. Wait, it's all caps and there's 3 exclamation points at the end, so it's more like, wait, I'll put a lot of editing into this. Gato! And they say, thank you so much for the effort you put into your audios. Here are some questions. What's the main pleasure that you derive from making audios? Making people comfy and cozy and sleepy, as is the main goal. My main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody. I've got Vine references for days. What's your favorite TV show or movie? I, I don't really watch TV or movies that often. The last time I watched an anime, if that counts, is Given a few months ago. Like that was almost 3 months ago that I watched that. And Attack on Titan, Chainsaw Man, stuff like that. I'm trying to get into anime more, and those are like the few that I started with, and I just haven't watched anything else since. In terms of like actual like live action TV shows and movies, I do like I like American Horror Story, but specifically the first few seasons. In my opinion, the show gets like worse and worse after season 6 or 7. Like it it's subjective, you know, but it's not to my taste after the first half of the series. Um, what character from a book or movie do you identify with the most and why? I don't read books and I don't watch movies. I wish I could think of something right now, but like my little simple brain likes simple entertainment. So I don't um I don't connect very deeply with characters in that sense. Or at least I haven't yet. I don't know. Nothing comes to mind immediately. That's kind of sad. What's your favorite emoji to use? I love the purple heart emoji. I like the cat face with the smirk. I love it so much more than the normal yellow face. I use the two of those quite often. And your last question is, what do you think your spirit animal would be? I'm gonna have to go with a cat again. But now that I think of it, pandas, panda bears are so cute. They're so sweet, and they're so big and fluffy, and they just roll around and eat stuff. I love pandas. Maybe I'll go with a panda. Maybe I'm like a big panda plushie. Babe, look, I'm literally a big, silly panda plushie. Next question is, have you wanted to do more or other things rather than this? Also cats or dogs. We're going to say cats one more time. And I don't know if y'all know this, but my ASMR channel was not my main channel. I have another YouTube channel. I know, right? Yeah. Um, I used to make mashup remixes as my main content. And you can find that channel. This one's Umbran Octo ASMR. And my main channel is simply Umbran Octo. I'm very creative with the names, right? I'm so creative. Like, I'm just creative like that. If you wanted to check it out, I mean, this is a perfect opportunity to plug that. Um, and I don't just make music on there, I also have like shit posts. Every now and then I would try to make like a silly little voice dub of some kind, or, like a voiced over meme. Those kinds of things. I like that stuff. What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie? Ooh, I don't just want to say Thin Mints. What are those coconut ones that have like the I have to look it up. Give me a second. Oh, so that's why I couldn't remember the name. I forgot that Girl Scout cookies have different names depending on like who's selling them or something like that. But I like the caramel delights. They're also called Samoas. They're like caramel and coconut and chocolate. I love coconut anything. So that's what I'm going to go with. That's the first thing that came to mind. 3 questions from this next person. The first one is, when will you make a Fuyu no Hanashi cover? When I can speak fluent Japanese. And I'm not currently studying the language, and I never have. A few years back, I did start making an instrumental for Keep Trying by Utada Hikaru because I really wanted to cover it. But I don't remember the words. Similarly for Fuyo no Hanashi, I was just singing that for fun in an audio. I was just singing that for funsies. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe someday. And I don't know if I can I my experience with copyrighted music on YouTube is very sad. So I don't know. One day. Maybe one day. We'll see. Cuddles, snuggles, or kisses. Again, they are all one package. You can't have one without the other. You you know what I'm saying? Cuddles sound really nice right now though. What audio had been the most fun to work on so far, and if different, which is your personal favorite? Ooh, I actually really enjoyed recording the puppy boy one. That and the roommate audio, because it was sort of like a reverse comfort sort of thing. That was different. I want to make more audios like that, but it's kind of difficult to ramble and make an audio that's at least 10 minutes long of me just complaining. I don't like the idea of making people listen to me complaining, but I don't know if y'all like that sort of thing, because I really enjoy reverse comfort audios. I like to listen to them. They make me feel needed. I think that's the word I'm looking for. But yeah, I'd say those are my two favorites off the top of my head. Just because they're the puppy boy comfort one that I made kind of recently was, I don't know, it's like your run of the mill good boy comfort audio, and people really like that, so it was fun to make it. And like the different, like I was saying before, with like the different elements of traditional ASMR, as I say, with like the belly rubs and the hand sounds. I'm doing it right now with my plushie, like that, and like how I used different, like I tried to use the left and right sides on my Yeti mic. I think that stuff's a very cool. It was fun to do that. Next person asks, here's a few questions I've got for you. What is your ethnic background slash ethnicity? Only if you're comfortable enough to answer, of course. I'm Polish and Czech, without diving into like ancestry that I barely actually have. I am a white American. I'm a he. I'm a ham. I don't do any of that. My pronouns are USA. No, but again, I like the idea of the faceless creator in a sense, because you can kind of picture whoever you want to be saying the stuff that I'm saying in these audios. And that's kind of the point of voicing a character, right? But I'm me, and again, there's places you can sneak a peek at my appearance. Two, who is your main inspiration for your videos? Other creators that I enjoy. Um, Myself, I guess. The imaginary perfect boyfriend in my head. And the final question. Congrats on 2K. Thank you very much. My question for you is, what audio are you looking forward to making the most? The next one? I'm not sure what I'm coming up with next, but I do, or what one I'm actually recording next, because I have a few in mind. I'm going to let you wait and see, though, because hopefully it's going to come soon. And that's a good place to leave off because that's all the questions. Now that we are almost 40 minutes in. So, thank you all for asking questions. And thank you all for 2,000 subscribers. 2K. I'm just looking at my channel right now and it says we're at 2.43K subscribers. Wow. That's almost halfway to 3,000, so we'll see what we do at that point. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I hope to see you soon on whatever I upload next. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah. Take care. Bye-bye.